Module 6, Managing Multiple Worksheets and Workbooks. So let's go back to an example that we talked about right at the beginning of the course. You are the manager of 4 different Tim Hortons stores, and they're sending you tons and tons of data. Now, there are limitations for how much data you can put into an Excel sheet. In fact, if you have a crazy amount of information in your sheet, it won't work anymore. And maybe some of you have inadvertently crashed your computers by now, that's quite possible, by running programs in Excel that are just too big for the computer to handle. So what we're going to learn today is connecting multiple files. So basically, I'm going to have a separate file. Excel's going to go into there and read it, grab the information it needs, and bring it back out. Now later on in the course, we're going to do the same thing with databases and with other kinds of data holding sheets, but now we're just trying to connect Excel sheets together. So in 6.1, we're going to talk about creating a workbook group, a group of files together. We're going to talk about formatting and editing multiple sheets at the same time. So if you have like 50 sheets, you could click a few buttons and edit them all simultaneously instead of doing them one by one, saving you a huge amount of time. We're going to talk about creating cell references to other worksheets. And we're going to talk about consolidating information from multiple worksheets using a 3D reference, which is actually a really simple concept. It's basically like we have a notebook, all our pages are in there, and we're going to scoop straight down. In other words, grab A2 on every single file, every single worksheet in your entire workbook. And then finally, we're going to talk about how do you print and create a worksheet group, right? So you want to print out your whole file, you have tons of different tabs at the bottom. How do we do that all together? In 6.2, we're going to talk about linking data from another workbook that we're going to query. We're going to talk about creating a workbook reference. How does it know where to find that other file? And we're going to talk about how to edit links. Often you want to include another kind of document, let's say like a Word document or a PowerPoint. You don't have to paste those into Excel. You can create a link that when you click on it, it will go to that document or somewhere on the internet or send an email or many other things. In 6.3, we're going to talk about inserting a hyperlink into a cell. We're going to create a workbook based on an existing template. And finally, we're going to look at creating our own workbook template. So for example, if you create the file and you want to send it out to everybody in the company, they could fill out their own sheet, right, based on your template. And we're going to talk a little bit about locking down the template and how to make sure that everybody is on the same page when they get that file.